Hi everyone, it's me, hopefully skinny. Happy Wednesday! And no, this is not my weekly update. That will be Friday, so look forward to that. Yay! This is just a continuation of the dialogue that I started last week about dating before surgery and after surgery. So I started dating roughly 3 weeks ago, maybe more like 2.5 weeks ago. And I'm still dating the same guy. I enjoy his company. Very nice gentleman, very attentive. But to get more of a holistic view, I decided that I wanted to date other people as well. And me and the first gentleman were not exclusively dating, but we're enjoying each other's company. So I've been on a few first dates, and this is my perception of dating now versus dating then. And perception, a lot of things play into my perception, such as I'm older now, I'm more confident, I've lost, over 200 pounds. So this is just my perception now and my opinions now. So when I first started dating, back when I was at my heaviest, I got basically one type of response, and that response was basically, when I did online dating, was basically they cut to the chase and they would say horribly inappropriate things because they thought that I did not have the self-respect, the self-confidence, or a good body image to tell them no, that I wasn't going to sleep with them. And that simply was not the case. I had no problem with telling them no. And that's not the case now. Their approach is a little bit different because the guys that I'm dating now, some of them, not all of them, tend to want to move quicker. And they start talking about relationships rather quickly within the first date or even before the date. And I'm kind of like, whoa, hold your ponies. Like, I don't even know if I like you yet. And so here are my two thoughts on what's going on. The first thought is that one, they think they can bully me into a relationship quickly for whatever reason, whether it's still my weight or because I'm a female, or they just have a tendency to move quickly when they find somebody that they like. Either way, it's kind of overly aggressive and too quick for me. The second one is that they could fully be bullshitting and thinking that that they could bullshit me into believing that this is not going to be a one-time thing, that it's going to be a relationship, and therefore I will sleep with them quicker, which is also not true. I also noticed that as far as the guys messaging me or asking me on dates, there's a wide variety, but this time around I'm actually getting some really cute guys, and they're generally cute for the majority of female population, in my opinion. And dating them, I had thought that they would be more self-confident than they were, because I had always assumed that good-looking people had more self-confidence. I find that's not true at all, that when I go out, that I'm generally the one with more confidence. I don't find anything wrong with that, but as a personal preference, I find self-confidence really, really attractive. So, playing to someone's self-confidence or stroking their ego, I'm not very good at, and it's a little tiring, I guess. So that was really interesting to find out that I was the one with the most self-confidence in these dating scenarios. And so a few things that I want to talk about, and I view these as more facts, so forgive me if I say them factual, is in one experience I had a gentleman try to finagle an invite to my home, and when I told him no, when he flat out asked the first time, he continued to ask even after me justifying my answer, which, as a human being, we do not need to justify, as when we do not need to justify our answers when we say no to anything. But even after justifying, feeling like I owed him an explanation why I did not want him coming over to my home after meeting him the first time, I explained that women have to be careful. Unfortunately, it is very, very true. It is not an equal society where we can just casually invite guys over that we have not met before and be safe in doing so. That is just not the way the world works. So here's the thing, is if we invite a guy over the first time we meet him, we are easy, we are slutty, and we're asking for anything bad that happens to us. If we do not invite them over, this is what has been told to me. I am cold, I am untrusting, and I should give them a chance. So whether we protect ourselves first and foremost physically, let alone emotionally or mentally, we are cold. And if we don't do, and if we do that, we're cold. If we don't do that, then we're easy. So dating as a woman, any woman, is a really fine line to walk. And I thought that my responses, that these responses that I were getting from men when I was heavy would change in this regard as I got thinner, because I had assumed that as I got more attractive and healthier and thinner, that to them that would make me more respectable or more worthy of respect on their part. And that is simply not true. So yeah, I redid this video because I had talked about a issue that I feel needs to be addressed very seriously. And the issue that I feel that needs to be addressed very seriously is that a woman should not have to say no for no to come across. No is in your body language. If a woman is pushing a gentleman away, if she's leaning away, if she's not touching him, if she is hesitant about instigating a second date, then there needs to be, they need to realize that that's a cue, that they do not need to verbally say, get your hands off me, stop touching me. And in my previous video, I had justified this by saying, obviously there are people that give, bodily cues, and, and if you're not sure, then you could ask. And I still believe that. But the fact is, the reason why I redid this part of the video was that we don't need to justify our no's. We don't need to tell a person why. And we don't need to say no for no to get across. And re-asking the same question when she says no is not going to give you a different answer. And it just really hit home with how some men feel that our body language is not enough to get our point across. And I'm not saying men don't have to experience this as well. I'm not a man, but in my observations, I see very few men that have to do their body language where they're rejecting and then verbally say no. I do not think that women have to both, physically, bodily reject them, and then on top of it do a verbal rejection. And it's because they don't, I honestly don't understand how they don't get the signals. If she's pushing away, if she's leaning back when you're leaning forward and she's leaning away from you, she's not interested. And therefore, don't keep trying to force the physical intimacy, or when she tells you no, that she doesn't want you back to her place, or she doesn't want another date, that means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean she has to think about it. It means no. And so yeah, so I know I'm ranting, and so I'm going to let the rants go with that part anyway. And I would like to hear other people's thoughts on physical like cues and versus verbal cues. I think that they're both equally important, and I don't really think that a woman's body language means yes until there's a verbal no. I think it means no until there's a verbal yes. So I just don't think that having to verbally reject someone is something that we have to do. It's something that the other person needs to pick up on cues. And obviously there are people who don't pick up on cues, but there is a lot. I mean, it's pretty apparent when you're not into somebody, and leaning away from someone, pushing them away, the non-committal for a date, all those things are all cues of saying no. And even when they say no, it's still not enough for some guys. So like, how do you deal with that? I'm just firm and I just say no. And when the guy left, I made sure he got in the car and drove away from the Starbucks before I even pulled out of the parking lot, before I even started my car. And like, pushiness isn't okay. Rushing somebody isn't okay. And I'm not saying women don't rush men, because I've seen instances where women rush relationships. But I feel that this is I feel that these men are being very aggressive with pursuing things a little bit faster. And so, and I had the first gentleman I talked to, we talked about, expectations and stuff after dating for a week and a half, and we both agreed that things have to happen in time, that you can't rush it. So therefore, I'm much more comfortable with that approach, and it mimics my own, and reflects my own, I should say. It reflects my own. And so I just kind of want the same thing, just let things happen naturally. Like, if there's the chemistry, if you're enjoying the conversation, and seeing where something goes doesn't mean that you're going to have sex with them or you're going to date them. It could be that you made a really good friend, or, you have a good connection or something. It doesn't have to be like it could be something unexpected, I guess. And sometimes the unexpected is sometimes the best, So I'm going to leave that with that, and I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for listening to me rant about dating, and I hope that you guys have a safe, healthy journey on your weight loss. Bye.